No one can remember exactly how the whole thing started, but sometime in the early 1970s, the waters of Lake Eufaula grabbed hold of my family and even now aren't showing signs of letting go. We spent an untallied portion of our adolescence swimming in, skiing on, and exploring beside Lake Eufaula. We knew every moss-covered boulder and scrub oak on our sliver of paradise near Porham Landing. We grew to know the moods of the lake in every season. And this time of year might just be my favorite, when the layers of summer's vegetation peel away and the spray from speedboats fades into gentle ripples. A wealth of unexpected winter beauty reveals itself, along with a healthy mix of history and legend. Now, a generation later, our girls skip rocks along the same shale-covered shoreline as my brothers and me. And where we learned to cast a line, so do they. They've discovered but a tiny portion of the 600 miles of shoreline, with terrain that shifts from sandy beaches to towering bluffs to scrubby woods. Eufaula, Oklahoma's largest lake, is fed by three major tributaries: the Deep Fork, the North Canadian, and the beefy Canadian River, which was dammed to control that river's flow into the Arkansas, with the goal of making the Arkansas River navigable. Lyndon B. Johnson dedicated Eufaula Dam in 1964. Most of the resulting lake lies within the boundaries of the Old Creek Nation, and part of the fascination, as you look out at the deep and sometimes murky waters, is in imagining what came before. For many, the building of the lake meant relocating, as the impending waters threatened to swallow their farms and homes. Hints of the home that was swallowed up near my family's lake property has been delivering clues, firing our imaginations for decades, as pieces of the past continue to wash ashore. Just when we think we're down to the last fragment of pottery, rusted farm implement, or shard of glass, the lake will spit out a miraculously unbroken antique jar or bottle, or on this recent treasure hunt, a milk glass canning lid, and part of a lace-up leather boot like the ones Belle Starr wore. She's just one of the outlaws who hid out in these rusty hills. What we might have tossed aside as litter in any other setting, at the lake becomes fodder for storytelling and wonder. One of the most famous landmarks of the area has vanished beneath the waters of Lake Eufaula, Standing Rock, which stood 63 feet above the waters of the Canadian River and was noted as a fishing spot by early-day settlers. It was first recorded on papers of Spanish explorers, and Spanish symbols carved on the rock were thought to be directions to buried treasure. Buried treasure, legendary outlaws, and an underwater world that reveals itself in increments. Add to that some of the best boating and bass and crappie fishing around, and it's no wonder that Oklahoma's gentle giant continues to cast her spell over countless visitors each and every year, and will always hold a special brand of magic for me. At Lake Eufaula, I'm Shel Wagner.